Buddy, how are you? How are you? Yes, my name is Wayne, and you are still watching Inside Montclair. Do you recognize where I am? This is the Parlor Hair Studio. Why? Because Wendy, once again, is having an incredible art show going on, and I always like to try to cover her opening receptions and speak to the artist. And guess what? She's standing right over here. All right, introduce yourself. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, Montclair.
What's your name?
My name is Brenda Perry-Herrera.
Now, we're here a little bit early, but this is your opening reception for a show that you're having. You got to be excited about that.
I am, yes.
You get a chance to show your work often, by the way?
I just finished a show in the fall, actually 2 shows, in Tribeca in the city.
Well, welcome to Montclair with your show.
Thank you.
And what I would like to talk about, and folks, you can see it a little bit behind Brenda right here, that it's not your typical kind of visual we're looking at. And I think it's, now Wayne, you're going to say this out loud, but I think it looks like one big negative. Talk to me about what this is all about, your technique, because it seems to be a little bit different.
Yes,
and I'm going to look at this while you talk to me, nice and loud.
Sure. Well, this is a negative to the positive cyanotypes that I create. That's how I create the images. Now, these are negatives that are necessary to produce the positive images, which we're going to see in a minute. These images are taken from a timber felling site that I tracked in Houston, Texas.
I got to jump in here for a second.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a technique like this at all. What was the catalyst for you to do it this way?
Well, I was curious to see where timber or my local plywood came from my local.
That's what you wanted to
store.
do. That started the whole concept of what you're
started
doing,
the
where your
whole
timber
process.
comes from.
Yes,
Folks, make a note of that. She's also a naturalist. Yeah, she cares about the environment.
I'm a researcher.
A researcher, a good one.
Yeah.
But the idea of a negative that size, would you just have a big thing out there, let the sun hit it?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. First, I had this created in large scale. The images, I took the images, I had the negatives made in large scale. Then what I do is I coat light sensitive surface, whether it be paper or fabric, and then I superimpose the negatives over the light sensitive material and expose it to the sun, and it creates a positive image. And those are the blue ones.
That's a very exciting method. I mean, as you were doing that, did you think it was going to work? Because it sounds like this is the first time maybe you have tried something like that, or not. You have been doing something similar to that for a while?
I've been doing this for 15 years.
15 years. Folks,
yes.
Make a note of that. She does know what she's doing. Yes.
Yes. This was a method that I learned about 15 years ago in undergrad. It's actually called cyanotype.
Hold that thought. By the way, Wendy, we're going to get you some soft shoes for the next season, okay?
Okay.
But folks, that's Wendy, our owner.
Hi.
Well, we're going to have a chance to chat in a second. I just want to let you know what that noise was. Because she's getting ready for the opening reception. She's bringing me cookies. Okay, Brenda, we're back to you. There's a couple different backgrounds or paper. Now, this is almost like a negative format. But you got something over here. Come on down over here for a second. This is actually, looks like it's printed on something.
Yes, so this is printed on, this particular one is printed on fabric. So when I superimpose the negative, and this has a negative, I superimpose it and expose it to the sun, and
So
it produces that image.
All these have
Negative.
a sun building up concept attached to it. Is that true?
Yes.
All right. So that sounds like a very interesting thing. This is probably somebody that you know right here. Folks, we're going to get a chance to say hi in a second, but we're doing an interview right now about her work. Brenda, come on down over here, because we're going to just see a few of these. And I noticed that most of them are trees and branches.
Yes.
Okay, I'm kidnapping mommy, and it doesn't go too well. Is that your daughter?
That's my son.
That's your son, I'm sorry. It doesn't go too well. Why don't you just stand right in front of that over there for a second? And we're going to do this quickly so you can rejoin with your family.
Sorry.
All right, now what we got here? This is printed on what?
This is also printed on fabric, muslin, to be precise. And then after I make the images it's called a sunprint or cyanotype, which is an archaic photographic method. That's what they were using to create.
How far back?
1830s, like
Seriously?
1860s,
That is
the
really
beginning of photography. Yeah, and so this method was used in the very beginning of photography.
Okay, now let me just guess. You have about 20 or so items here with trees. Did you eventually find out where your plywood comes from?
Yes, I did. So this particular image, which is one of the ones that you see over there as a negative.
This is a positive.
This is the positive of that.
And is it printed on what? Paper, cloth? What do you?
Yes, on cloth.
Because you have a couple different backgrounds to print on too. Cloth. That's an interesting idea.
Cloth, yes, muslin.
Did they chop that tree down? Was that one still there?
Yes, so this particular tree and the other one that you see there, I tracked down the...
Okay, you can face me now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I tracked down those trees, followed them all the way to the lumber store. Where,
Seriously?
Yes, I
Wow.
bought that plywood from that tracking. I followed an entire
You
tracking
knew
batch.
what particular tree you could eventually buy some lumber from.
Yes.
From that particular tree, though.
From that particular batch,
That's
because plywood is a blend. But
That's pretty amazing to have that happen, though.
yeah, that was the whole point, that it's connected back to its origin.
What'd you do with some of the plywood?
Well, it was very large, so unfortunately it was left in Texas, where I'm originally
Do you ever
from.
just go down to touch it to keep the energy connected there? If you say yes, I'm not talking to you anymore.
Once in a while, but it was donated actually for a good cause.
That's a very interesting
the larger
idea.
Pieces, the smaller pieces I still have.
How did you find out about being here at Parlor to show off the work?
Well, I know Wendy dearly.
The one sitting way over there that I'm going to come up and talk to? Don't go away, Wendy! Okay. Well,
Yes, she's
I
a
think this
friend.
is really special and unique. I always want to just say hi to the artist because I think knowing about this technique is very unusual but totally cool to know.
Yeah.
How long is it going to be here? Do you know? Runtime?
Till the end of March, I believe.
Yes.
To about the end of March. Okay.
Yes.
Suppose
April
people want
2nd.
to actually get in touch with you. How can they do that?
They can reach me either via email at bperry121@gmail.com.
Okay. Say that one more time. Plus, I'm going to have it on the bottom of the screen, but say it again.
Sure, it's
please.
B, as in Brenda, Perry, Perry, 121@gmail.com. Or you can also find me on Instagram or Facebook or any of the social medias.
How do you feel with the crazy guy with the hat talking to you with the camera?
I think it's awesome.
Oh, fantastic! Good answer.
Love your
Good
hat.
answer. Thank you very much. I love your work. I love the idea of it. And welcome to Montclair with your show. Good luck and enjoy your opening.
Thank you.
I'm going to segue over here because Wendy's not going to move too much. Wendy, hi dear.
Hello.
Just a quick hello. Look, I don't know how long it's been, but you've been supporting art in Montclair about 1.5 million years or something.
About almost 15.
Almost
yes.
15. Why do you do that?
Art background, love art. You know, I feel like hair is an art, and it's just all connected.
yes.
It keeps our place evolving, our clients happy. There's always something new for them to see, and it's amazing supporting artists. So it's
Well,
win-win.
that's why we all love you. But besides having people look beautiful when they leave,
Yes.
incorporating a visual in here that is supporting artists, I think it's fantastic. Thanks for doing it again.
Absolutely.
And we're just going to
It's
kind of
our
like
pleasure.
promote this all over the place. So, folks, I'm just going to
Thanks,
keep on
Wayne.
walking around. So stay with me as Inside Montclair does continue.